circle out there.
I just think a lot of them are just like, those are the people that are the most vocal and everything.
All right, guys, we're live.
It's 5. You're good.
All right, 5 o'clock, I'm gonna call the January 2026 council meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Welcome. Happy New Year to everybody. All right. First piece of business we have up here tonight is the minutes from our December 30th meeting. We have and our January 2nd reorganization meeting. Nobody see any changes. We can take those at the same time.
I'll make a motion to accept the December 30th and January 2nd minutes as read.
All right, Brian's made a motion to accept the minutes as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Dave Gogol seconds. Any other discussion, board? Hearing none, everybody in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes approved. All right. That gets us down to legal report. Nothing, perfect, thank you. Old business. The only thing I got here under old business is, I'll sign this if somebody will approve it, is the certificate of appointment for Dave Gogol to the Indiana 15 board. He had to fill out the questionnaire. Is he an elected official? Which he obviously is, yes. And he resides within this county. He obviously does. So I'd like need a motion to sign the certificate of appointment for Dave Gogol to the Indiana 15 board.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, everybody in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Wes got that. All right, new business. In the packet, there was a letter from the sheriff here to us and the commissioners about a K-9 and a grant, and I'll just ask Sherry to speak to that if she'd like.
AKC has a Reunite grant that they'll give us. We used before the purchase of our first K-9, and basically they'll provide us with $7,500 if we've raised over $10,000. And we've received donations through the years since we purchased the first one, and we've met we're actually over $10,000 that we have. So AKC would give us the $7,500, and then for us to move forward to purchase a K-9 in 2026. So I'm asking permission to request the grant.
All right, just to make sure this will cost the county no money, right, Sheriff?
No, no money at all.
All right, thank you. All right, any other questions for the sheriff? All right, hearing none, everybody in favor?
I'll make a motion.
Sheriff, okay, there you go. Justin made a motion.
I'll second.
Steve seconds. We'll give the sheriff opportunity to apply for the grant with no cost to the county. Got a motion, second. Everybody in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, got it. All right, guys, next up in our thing is Mr. Mark Lautner with EMA. We had a little problem with our ever-aging radio system, and he wants to talk to you about a repair and obviously, the safety of the people. We've already had to go on this. And they have a budget amount in the commissioner's budget, but this is going to take all of it, so we need to have some money available if that ever happens again, so we don't get caught where we can't fix nothing. All right, Mark.
Yes, that was explained very well, Aaron. Carter repeater went out a couple weeks ago, and there was knew it was on its last leg anyway. It was going to happen, but anyway, that went out, so it was an emergency. Got with Commissioner Seiler and Attorney Claiborne. They agreed as an emergency. Go ahead, we had the money in the budget to go ahead and get it ordered and stuff for things like that. So we got it ordered. It'll be here in another week and a half, and they'll install that. And the caveat to that too is what the good thing about it is, maybe we kind of met with the radio committee meeting real quick. It was but anyway, it was like a 3-year plan, rough draft, and part of that plan on the 3rd year is to probably replace it a little bit. And so that part that's going into Carter Fire District will play with the other two part pieces that goes in there, so. But anyway, we wanted this additional appropriations for future expenses, utilities, and, of 11.5, hopefully don't, but, see what goes out.
And that's what the part that we gotta replace cost how much, Mark?
They estimate 12,000.
That's what I thought.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, just asking for the money to be appropriated for the part that, we're gonna have to replace so that the 911 system will work, so. Any other questions for Mark? All right, hearing none, look for a motion to advertise this for next month.
I'll make that motion to advertise with 11.5.
Brian Grolick makes a motion, do I have a second?
Out of the general fund, or were you gonna take from?
Yeah, that's where it's out, 1,000,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, it's out, yes, right, out of the, good point, Dave. All right, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Susan seconds. Any further questions for Mark or myself? All right, hearing none, everybody in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, that's got that.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you, Mark, for coming. All right, new business, anybody else got any other new business?
I'm Mike Turner, I'm the president of the board of directors for the Way of Rockport, and coming to see if maybe we might be able to get a little financial support from the county council. Are you all familiar with the Way of Rockport's ministry?
I think everybody,
Drug and alcohol rehabilitation. I want to be very transparent with you, so I want to share with you our expenses and income from last year, so pass those around. So our income last year, we basically have 4 sources of income, and that is grants, fundraising, donations, and residential fees. We have been the last couple of years able to receive some funding from the opioid fund, but I believe that's not going to be the case going forward. So we have no steady source of income coming to us. Our expenses, most of it goes to payroll taxes and residential expenses. And what we would like to seek is some help with residential expenses, which includes utilities, gasoline, as far as getting residents to and from their work, as well as food and insurance. So you can see there that our residential expenses last year was $56,672. So we were able to be above what our expenses were last year, basically because we got some really good donations at the end of the year, plus the opioid fund helped us as well. So without that, we would have been in a pretty good deficit. So as far as residents, I'm going to share this with you too, where they come from. Several of them come from the jail and county corrections as well. So we had 38 residents last year, throughout the year, 4 of them probation allowed to leave, and out of the other 34, 12 of them came from the jail itself, and then 4 of them came from county corrections, so that's half of the residents came through the correction system. So, you know, obviously with them coming to us from the jail, we are saving the county some money. So we're just seeing if you might be able to spare us any finances to help us with our expenses. And I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have.
all right, guys, any questions for Mike? Like what, I gotta guess a couple, if nobody else does, what's your actual cash position? I mean, I know this is kind of your budget, how you end up, but I mean, do you have a lot of extra, do you have much extra cash?
No, we've got a $10,000 CD, And then we've got some grants that are earmarked for certain things, like programs or repair of the facility. But as far as grants sitting there to help with operating funds, we really don't have any.
Okay. And as your, I guess, residents, these have been pretty consistent year over year over year.
Yeah. So we can house, in case you don't know, the most we could house at one time is 15, and that makes it pretty crowded. So 12 to 14 is really a good number to operate with. And Jonathan's here, we got what now?
We got 13 right now.
13.
I like to hear what Justin, you were on the OPEC. You got any-
Yeah, the thing with the last request was it was like a staffing request, and we were supposed to, yeah, see, we're gonna meet again, but, I guess the biggest holdup, like the longevity of it, if we reimburse a position now, what's the plan for going forward?
Okay,
What was
so-
the biggest?
So what we requested that money for was our counselor, and she will continue to be there to provide counseling and guidance and training, education for the residents. And so they meet with her on a regular basis. And she does like the matrix program, things like that to help them, and life skills programs.
And what is your ask, I guess, to the count, like, what's the financial amount that you're requesting or needing assistance with?
Of course, our beggars can't be choosers, so, whatever you would give them, 15 to 20,000.
Yeah, we gave money in the past when it started, I remember. It's been a few years probably since.
It's been several years ago.
You guys
that
have
you did.
fundraised and have been successful. I mean, Steve made a good point a while ago about, it does save us some money if we can keep people out of jail. But,
How long would you think that would last? How long would you anticipate that would last?
The 20 or
Yeah.
15 to 20,000, but we'd hope with all of our other funding that we would be able to get through the year.
for a year.
Yeah.
They raised $21,226 in fundraising. I would be inclined to support matching that out of Riverboat
Be a
Fund.
good way to look at
We
it.
got $228,000 in Riverboat Fund, and we have other, that money is replaced as time goes along. And it's a fund that we seldom ever use any money out of.
I like the idea of matching.
Yeah, I would match their
Their
fundraising.
efforts.
That keeps them fundraising because.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
Come back in
yeah.
there next year.
Yeah, come back in next year, tell us what you
25
did.
in there, we might get a 25 max.
Yeah, right.
So since you're saying that, April 23rd, the 23rd or 24th will be our next fundraiser, the tour tables
Where's it at?
at Trinity.
Oh, at the Trinity Church.
That's a big one too.
It's big, we usually
That's a
have.
big one. And all of their people that are at the way, they do
Work
work
that,
for
they're
them.
working. I went to that once years
Yeah.
ago.
It's really nice. I usually go every year.
Yeah.
Steve, is that a motion then? Is that what you were?
I'll make that motion.
I'll
To
second
advertise it.
Advertise it out of Riverboat and,
Okay,
just round it off and make it $22,000.
all right.
All right,
I'll second it.
all right, guys. Steve made a motion, Justin, or David Fromme second. Any discussion or questions? All right, hearing none, everybody in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right,
We
motion
have
carried.
one question. So you said matching the fundraising. So do we need to report to you our fundraising or?
Yeah, at the end of the year,
If
probably.
you
come
come
at
back
the
and
end.
request again,
Oh.
I'd like to know.
Okay.
This is just for.
We just kind of, we just want what you matched last year.
Yeah.
If you just come at the end of the year and give us an update, it would probably be.
I'm
would
going
be
by
nice.
the
And
numbers
so what we'll
that
do
you-
here too is, so like, we gotta advertise everything. So we'll advertise this, Melissa will tomorrow, and then we'll appropriate the money at our next, meeting, which would be in third Tuesday in February. And then you can file a claim to get the 22,000.
Okay. Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, thank you all for coming. All right. Any other new business to be brought in front of the board tonight? All right, hearing none, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Everybody in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned, thanks all.
15 minutes.
Huh?
15 minutes.
I know, I couldn't get the rest.